Alright, so we're starting with Swedish. Meatball, furniture store, PewDiePie language. It's the most feminine of the Nordic languages. It kind of sounds like, I'm from Sweden, IKEA, jag pratar
That's wrong. Norwegian is way more feminine.
lite svenska. Kind of like that little guy from Lord of the Rings. The way they say car is really funny. It's like, bil. I am in my bil. I used to not like it at all, but in 2023 I met some people who love it and it kind of grew on me, mainly because it's really easy to learn. Like seriously, it's probably one of the easiest for Native Americans. Also, most people who learn Swedish live in Sweden, which is pretty cool. It's definitely not the best Nordic language, but it could be worth your time in 2024. It would have been dog water in the past, but I'm gonna put Swedish solidly in the average tier this year. Now we've got Danish. It's Viking, alpha male, Nordic Kawaii language. It sounds amazing. Everyone says that Danes sound like they have a potato in their mouths, but that's just beta males coping and complaining because they can't make the noise. Specifically the glorious soft D sound, like in the word vel. The D is so soft. They don't pronounce half the letters in their words, which is really cool. It reminds me of baguette language. It's super badass and it's by far the best Nordic language, and I'd say 2024 is the year to learn Danish. Danish goes solidly in the GigaChad tier. Now we've got Norwegian, the Fjord language, also known as discount Swedish. I think it sounds alright, but it's just repeatedly alpha-mogged by Danish and, dare I say it, even Swedish. Unless you had a Norwegian girlfriend, boyfriend, or both, I don't really see why you'd learn it. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, but Danish, Swedish, and Norwegian are basically all the same, but Danish and Swedish have cooler features in my opinion. I don't think it's worth your time in 2024, but we'll see what happens in Norway in 2025 and I'll let you know. Norwegian goes in the dog water tier. Moving on to German, also known as Angela Merkel language, Austrian, discount Turkish, or angry language. I've always thought German sounded beautiful, even though people love to say it sounds aggressive, but come on betas, every language sounds aggressive when you scream in it. It has complicated grammar with cases, but it's really satisfying when you say things right. There are tons of rich dialects, the best of them obviously being Badish, and it's the most spoken language in Europe, so it unlocks a ton of DLC. Yeah, German speak American well, but there's a loophole. You can just pretend like you're Turkish and they'll switch back to German. I love learning German and I'm studying it right now, so I'm definitely biased, but I think it's an excellent option for 2024. I'm gonna put German in the alpha tier. Now Dutch. We've got canal, bicycle, tall people, windmill language. Dutch sounds really harsh in my opinion with the hard G sound, like you basically just take German and remove all the cool pizzazz and then you have Dutch. I definitely do like how Flemish Dutch sounds in Belgium. I think it's very cute. But if you want to learn it for the Netherlands, you gotta keep in mind that the country will be underwater before the end of April 2024. Also, everyone there is gonna be taller than you and they're gonna speak American better than you do, even if you're a native. You just don't unlock that much DLC and you'll need throat surgery after speaking it for 1 week. I'm gonna put Dutch in the beta tier. Ooh, Romanian, Dracula, Numa Numa, bisexual language. It's bisexual because it's a romance language, but it's also kind of a Slavic language. It's basically a hybrid between Russian and Italian, which is really freaking cool. For example, the word for yes is da, just like in Russian, but the grammar is extremely romancy. It has cases which are annoying, but there aren't that many, so you'll only whine about it if you're a monolingual beta. A lot of people say that Andrew Tate ruined Romanian in 2023, but honestly, that guy is irrelevant and never even studied the language. It's a great lingo to learn in 2024. Also, this is the first language so far that will cause natives to involuntarily do backflips if you learn it. Romanian goes solidly in the GigaChad tier. Oh, Arabic, Habibti, Ain Qaha, peace and love language. Arabic is by far the most beautiful language in the Milky Way galaxy with the most extravagant sounds that human beings could ever even think to produce. It has a billion different dialects in tons of different countries, from Morocco to Oman and back all the way to Palestine, and they're all beautiful in their own unique ways. You unlock so much DLC with this language and you can dabble in different dialects and have so much pure halal fun. It's the language of Islam, and I really like Muslims because they're really nice people, and it's cool because Muslims from across the world in places like Indonesia also study Arabic to read the Quran, so there's just so much DLC. My favorite dialect is a generalization of the Saudi accent. I just feel like they pronounce their Ain's really strong and I love it. It's admittedly hard, but it's so worth it, and I'm studying it on Pimsleur and making better progress than I ever have. The alphabet is the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and they even write backwards. Arabic is the language of the future, so you should definitely take
Alright.